And welcome back to another episode of the Mom Coaches Getting Clients podcast. Today we're talking about launching your coaching biz in 30 days. Yes. So, what I love about being a business owner in general is you get to simultaneously lean on the evidence of what your people want to learn about, but also leaning on your intuition and also just using common sense. So, all those areas. So, what I mean about the common sense piece is that we are approaching, at the time of this recording, the end of this year and the beginning of a new year. We are in mid-October. Everyone's getting all cozy and drinking all the pumpkin spice things. And you can smell it in the air that people are starting to look towards either the busy season in this industry, but also B, not only our clients' heart's desire, but also our own as a coach. Next year is going to be the year I reach this income goal, or I'm so close to reaching my not necessarily income goal, but my vision of where my business will be at by the end of this year. So there's a lot of there's what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word. An urgency. That's the word. There's an urgency in the air of let's get this really rocking and rolling. And even in my own, I was perusing Instagram and I saw someone post about now's the time to get focus in your business, because there is that energy in the atmosphere, which is like, yeah, it's time to giddy up. So the intuition too is this: we get into the rhythm. We are approaching that time of reflection. So let's really just make this happen. And the evidence that I found was someone did reach out to me in my DMs requesting a resource inside Mom Coach Club, my monthly membership, for outlining just this, like how to launch my coaching business. And I was curious about the semantics piece. I love words, and I was really curious. So I was asking her, what do you mean by launch? It totally depends where you're at. So we got a fun little discussion going back and forth here. So thank you. It inspired partially this podcast episode. So I thought I would just share some of my thoughts and also some practicalities in terms of if this is where you're at in your coaching business. So let's get clear on what does launching your coaching business mean to you. If this is something that you're like, oh, I just want to know how to launch this baby. So it depends on, well, first of all, let's begin at the very beginning. So if you are a mom who's a coach and you have in your heart, this is when I'm going to have my big coming out party. I'm a coach. So I'm going to just assume a couple of things about you. That first of all, you have a vision of what you coaching looks like. Physically, where you're at, what is going on in a coaching session, who are the type of clients that you are going to be working with. And also in your heart, you have a little bit more hazier vision of what your coaching mission is, for lack of a better word, meaning something has happened in your life that you have overcome or have accomplished that you feel very compelled. It's like, oh yeah, I can help others through something similar. So that is, I share this statistic over and over again that the students who come into my coaching training program, statistically, it's really bizarre, but I swear like 85% of them have a son. I don't know why. And going into kindergarten. So my theory is that 5 year, usually I like to say 7 years, 5 to 7 years, we come out of that mothering labyrinth and we, again, shoulder check, very similar to that energy in the air of, whoa, look at all that I've overcome or traveled, and looking forward, this is how I can make an impact in the world. So regardless if you are starting from super scratch or you've just coming out of your own coaching training program, and or you just want to start offering coaching as a supplementary service to your existing online services, let's get you hunker down to, drum roll, your niche statement. Yes, regardless where you're at. Let's begin there. Launching, simply get clear on who you're helping, what kind of struggles you're very passionate about helping people through, and where you can bring people to. And that is all that you really need to launch your coaching business, okay? Because you can simply have a conversation with someone, hear where they're at, and in your gut, you know, okay, what has worked for me is first do this, then that, and that, and this. You know intuitively how to hold space for someone, to remind them to breathe, like a midwife. That's why I like to call myself sometimes the midwife to your coaching biz dreams, so that you're asking, making these small suggestions, these small prompts, these small questions. How would this feel? It's like, when you're actually birthing. Actually, the doula from my very first birth posted a little article about the mechanics of childbirth, and it just, the whole birthing process really blows my mind. But it was just talking about the anatomy at piece, and this really cool fun fact that just, again, really brought home the point that we know what to do. Our clients know what the next step is. We're there to hold space for them, to get centered, allow it to be a safe place for them to explore what their hunch is, because we're designed to do this hard stuff as women, right? Our clients too are just needing to have that devoted time and space to take the next step and either have it presented for them and or also inviting them to explore what they know. And it might just be a little bit nervous about shining a light on. Okay. So how to launch your coaching business in 30 days is to immediately choose that niche statement. If you're new to my world, check out my 50 coaching niches for moms, because it includes a 20-minute training for you to check out, and you're going to come out with 4 contenders. Just choose one of those and let's get that out into the world. The rest of those 30 days are going to be you starting to get the word out, but not just for this. That's not sustainable, right? You can't be like just showing up like, this is my niche statement. You're going to sound robotic. Let's start really incorporating that to every aspect of your branding. And if you're not watching my video, I'm twiddling my fingers. So what is branding? So a nice have is, to have a website eventually for your coaching business. So if you have that, awesome, good for you, but it's not necessary. Still consider your wiggly finger branding. I just released a vision board for your mom coaching biz e-course. If you want to grab it, it's only $17, but it's like this vision board is part of your branding, not necessarily because of the colors and the fonts that you use, though those do play a component of it for sure. And that's part of what the e-course walks you through. But also the vision board that I walk you through, it's images that remind you of what make up every other aspect of your launch, your 30-day launch, meaning the prompts are, of course, your niche statement, and also how are you going to get the word out about this? What is it going to feel like working with you? So I want you to consider with your branding of how do you naturally show up? Especially with coaches, it's really powerful if you allow your ideal client to get a little taste of your voice and your face, right? So start getting outside of your comfort zone now, and let's start showing up consistently using your voice in one form on another. Okay. So, you with your niche statement, there is a reason you landed on this because you feel qualified to help people through this, whether it be through your training, your past career, your life experience. So, this day of reckoning, this is where I'm going to begin because Lord knows where this journey is going to take you. Maybe in 30 days, there's going to be this, a slight pivot in your niche, but let's start with your niche statement today. This is going to be labeled day zero. Day zero. Yeah, day zero. I was like, why does that sound weird? Okay. So now let's start now, kind of like putting on our binoculars to day 30, and then beep, 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 backing up just a little bit to day 25. We're going to zoom ahead and we are going to consider some kind of event that's going to make a big stink about this launch. Again, the wiggly fingers of your coaching biz. You coming up with your niche statement, ta-da, you're launched. But let us make a big stink about this in 30 days from now. So what I offered this person to reach out is some kind of celebration. And this is actually, I feel like naturally I launch my business every 30 days. Even now, I just made notes looking forward next 30 days for me. Ooh, I'm going to be launching my mini mastermind again. I'm going to make a big celebration about this fact that my ideal client who's ready to really close off 2023 with a bang, this is going to be her dream come true, signing up for my mini mastermind. So I looked ahead 30 days. I beep, beep, beep back a couple of days and I mapped out, okay, I'm going to have a 5-day challenge. And then on that following Saturday, there's going to be a masterclass, and all the themes naturally speak to the struggle that my ideal client is experiencing to get her the result she wants. Result being more better health, stronger relationships, or what my clients' results they're seeking is more money, right? So looking forward 30 days, come up with an event to celebrate and also being the answer to your ideal client's prayers. If you're just starting off and that feels overwhelming, then ease into it by a little mini celebration, such as having your besties over for some champagne and celebrate, you're launching. I'll stop at the figures, but you have your niche statement. So that means you're a coach. It's just a matter of getting people to work with you, right? So even if you want to, have that celebration be either a challenge or a masterclass, like I was expressing that I'm going to do, or it could be something more low key if that is really getting out of your comfort zone. So we're going to put a pin on that fast forward 30 days from now. In between, what's really important is to simply lean on the niche statement you came up with and create something for sale, being your signature package. And again, this is the primo opportunity for your ideal client to get the results they're seeking by working with you one-on-one. Something else you're going to create in between now and your event is coming up with somewhere for people to sign up to get on your email list, because that is like a treat. And because I use birthing analogies so much, I always say that is like the placenta that you want to bury under a tree. We still have both our placentas in the deep freeze, but we're scared to use them because we hear that it's actually not good for the root system. But I digress. What you also want to do in the meantime is to choose one social media platform and go all in on it and show up every day and mention either working with you one-on-one and or getting people to sign up for this celebration of yours where you're going to really, really invite people into your signature program. And then weekly content. So I encourage all my clients to choose some kind of weekly content. And like, again, because the sound of your voice as a coach is something that is really captivating to your next client, because coaching, there's some talking and going back and forth. So it's like dating. People are going to fall in love with the sound of it, or at first they're going to be like, oh, but then it's going to grow on them. We're going to give them an opportunity. And so something like a podcast, if you're not there yet, again, don't let this nice to haves hold you back. I want you to ease into it. So what this could look like is that chosen social media platform, you can offer a weekly live, and that could be your opportunity to start getting comfortable speaking. If you're really not comfortable speaking, your weekly content could be written blog posts, and then you can ease into showing up live on your social media platform and just doing like a quick 5-minute story. Hey, giving just a quick Reader's Digest version of your blog that you wrote. Okay. So from day 0 of being like, I'm going to do this, let's do this. This is my mission / I help statement / my niche statement as a coach. And 30 days from now, ta-da, working backwards, some kind of event about 5 days before the 30 days. And then that, if you have any leftover days, if you're doing, let's say, a party or a like a masterclass, if that's on day 25, day 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, just dare yourself to really show up and make that invitation and really paint the picture how you're going to get people basically living that niche statement. I'm going to help you, if you're struggling with this, get to this point. And this is how we're going to do it. And the best way is to work with me one-on-one. All right. So in between, just use this time to really tell your friends and family, this is what I'm up to. This is the energy we want to raise that vibration. And then after you let them know, awesome. And then point your eyeballs towards your ideal client and don't worry about what your friends and families think. And then start speaking to that person that you help in your I help statement. Okay. Because we're not being salesy here. You got something valuable for sale here. Someone's, the answer to someone's struggle, the answer to someone's prayers in relation to their struggle. All right. Did you hear my dogs barking in the background? That kind of threw me off. So they're quiet now. So I'm going to make sure that they're perfectly fine. And with that, I invite you to check out my website, blissbeyondnapptime.com, and stay tuned there. Go over to the courses because the mini mastermind's coming up at the end of the month of this month. Time recording October 2023. We're going to begin the mini mastermind round again November 1st, first week of November. And until then, just head over and join my email list because there's going to be lots of celebration and trainings, just kind of getting you ready for this new launch, new beginnings, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.